So I don't really want to be judging anybody, especially people who I live with and I'm familiar with their energy. Because it's like when I'm judging somebody, it's like I'm pretending that I don't know where they're coming from. Energetically, I can feel where my parents are coming from. I can feel where other people are coming from. And I don't need to rationalize it because I can just feel if somebody is feeling pain or they're struggling or they're feeling uncertain about themselves, I can feel that. So to then get into this habitual kind of way of judging or pushing away things that we find uncomfortable, well, I mean that's like pretending that I don't feel what I feel and that I'm not aware of what I'm aware of. And it's just not it's not useful, basically. It's that old saying, the truth will set you free. And in this case, it's very true because it's really an understanding and compassion and opening up to other people that we truly learn about ourselves as well. It's not just about this other person is doing this completely autonomous thing and has no effect on us and vice versa. It's not really like that. We're all reflecting each other all the time. And when you feel somebody else's energy and it makes you feel a certain way, that's showing you how open you are to receiving and allowing that energy to flow through you, or how resistant you are to that energy. And that's why when you judge something, you may think that you're doing the right thing, keep it away, keep that away, but you're actually keeping that energy is already entered into your body because you have to feel something in order to know whether it's agreeable or not. And if you find it disagreeable, well, that's because it's already in your system. You're already feeling it, you're already sensing it, you've already received it. So then to judge it as though it's solely this external thing, well, that's just to keep the energy inside of your body. You actually don't allow it to flow through because it gets to a certain point and then you close your heart off to it or you close your mind off to it, or you just tense up in some way, and that's exactly where that disagreeable energy is going to stay. It's in those tense places, and that's why when we have a lot, when we complain a lot, and we fight a lot, and we resist a lot, well, it has negative effects in our physiology and in our minds, and we attract a lot of that kind of energy around us which is completely counterintuitive because the whole reason that you're resisting is because you're actually trying to get away from that thing. You're trying to get it away from you, or you're basically trying to get over that thing, which is natural in its own way. It's just that the way that we often try to handle these more, unpleasant feelings is just completely counterintuitive to how it actually works. It's just our heart's in the right place oftentimes, but it's just we have this misunderstanding about how energy moves, how energy flows. The more open you are to receiving energy, by that same openness, you also become that much more um, open to um, sending the energy on its way. Because to be open is to be open to receiving and transmitting, receiving and allowing, giving, taking in and then giving out. It's the same openness, really. It comes in, you're open to it, and then you can let it circulate because everything in life is about circulation. So if somebody's putting out a signal and you're receiving that signal, you got to let it circulate. Sometimes other people are very pent up and aggressive and they're throwing energy at you. And sometimes in order for that energy to circulate and flow in the right way, you do have to kind of send it back. Or you have to be like, hey, whoa, no, no, enough of that. But most of the time, you know, people have their hearts in the right place. Even if they come across a little bit aggressive or a little bit needy or a little bit, whatever it may be, they still are just trying to kind of express themselves. And you really, no matter what the circumstances, you really don't learn the best way to navigate it until you're really open to, because you have to feel the life. You have to feel the energy as it moves through you. Because otherwise, if you're not open to that sensitivity, you don't really know what you're working with. You don't really know. You get confused because you resist the wrong things, and then and then you hold on. You resist the right things, and then hold on to the wrong things. They try to compensate, and you kind of create this mixed up this thing. So, because it's like we think that, being closed off to others is helping us be healthy, and it's not. It's actually the very thing that causes us to feel really down in the dumps and to be very tired because you can't just keep fighting with what is essentially a reflection of your own self. And that's the big understanding that it's all the self. It's all yourself, it's all the self, it's all self. And you can and hey, don't get caught up on the words. Okay, it's non-self. It's Dharma, it's Tao, it's God, it's spirit, whatever. It's the words don't matter. It's the experience. It's the confirmation inside. It's the just accepting the fact that you sense what you sense and you see what you see. So don't be overly critical on yourself when you know what you're going through, what you experience, and you know your own value. You know how great you are and how wonderful you are. And that's not, it's, just in the same way you know how great and how wonderful others are, and how much inspiration, how much potential, and how much energy and much vibrancy in life we all embody every day. Like we're aware of that. We know that. So what is there really to avoid? What is there really to resist? It's it's, you're just opening yourself up to a greater celebration of life. You're just opening yourself up to a greater appreciation of life. And say thank you. You say thank you to anything because it is showing you a deeper aspect of yourself. It's showing you how to better navigate more difficult situations. It's showing you how to be less critical of yourself. It's showing you how to be more sensitive to others and how important that is for their well-being as well as your own. And that's something to be truly grateful for, something to show a lot of gratitude for, whenever you get a chance. And you can do it in any way you want. You can dance, you can write a song, you can praise the Lord, praise yourself, praise life. It's love. It's all love in the end. It's all beauty, and it's just so good. It's just so it's just so good. It's just so good. Oh man, it just completely threw me off. It completely threw me off to start recording this.